Hello, hello, hello. All right, you guys. I have been chatting with many of you lately that have been saying to me, oh, I have such a procrastination problem. And I'm here to say, you know what? Go easy on yourself. Every single human out there procrastinates. But the question is, why do you procrastinate? What's the meaning behind it? Okay. If you look it up in itself, and sometimes we get stuck in these words, we're like, oh, procrastination, I'm putting things off. There's nothing to be scared of when it comes to procrastination. Okay. The word itself means to put off intentionally and habitually. Now, the second part of that definition is the part that I want you to pay attention to put off intentionally and habitually. Okay. Ultimately, it's the gap between intention and action. And no matter how you want to put it, no matter what you want to call it, procrastination is a huge deterrent to your success. It is a big reason why so many people live lives of frustration and they're constantly desperate and feeling like they're grasping at straws. They tend to avoid some of the large, kind of critical tasks that have big value and what it looks like to get to where they want to go. And this adds to even more stress, and then it creates tension, and it's just this cycle, right? But every now and then, procrastination even works for your benefit. But chances are it's only by accident, and then you've used that as an excuse to procrastinate further. Okay. Sometimes we get lucky, and it turns out that the thing that we've been putting off doesn't actually need to be done by us or be done at all. Okay. Like, oh, it's a good thing I didn't do that because that got canceled. Or had I actually done what I said I was going to do, then it would have led to this, this, and this. Right. But things like that, don't fool yourself. Don't kid yourself. They are few and far between where it actually worked out. Okay. When you actually contribute to what you were trying to accomplish, that's when the universe reciprocates. Okay. When the world operates against your own expectations, that there was supposed to be a lesson in there, and you didn't even give yourself a chance to learn that lesson. Okay. It's like going to a casino and, spinning the roulette wheel, and then sometimes you win, but most of the time you don't. Right? It's like a horrible strategy for success. Okay. So since we're all guilty of this from time to time, I want to spend a few minutes talking about the signs of procrastination, and then how you overcome it. Because every time you keep letting it perpetuate, this is just self-sabotaging behavior. Okay. So the first step in stopping procrastination is first recognize that you're doing it. Like, just own it. Okay. And I mean, it's not always as straightforward as it sounds, but there's always many more things, and there's several habits that people that procrastinate have. Okay. So chances are, if you are a habitual procrastinator, you are also typically always late, more often than not. Okay. You'll often find yourself performing tasks that you intended to do the day before. And the reason, like, you'll have all these excuses on why you didn't do it and why you let yourself off the hook. But then you also make it late for when you were supposed to get it done, or submit it late. right? Or you leave the item on your to-do list for a really long time, even though it was actually important to do. Okay, so that's going to show up. You also are probably in the habit of completing really low priority tasks first, like the easy thing or the thing that's going to be quick, but really it's not important at all. You fill your time with all of these little minute, kind of trivial things that are, your to-do list is full of them. I know my to-do list used to be full of things that like didn't even matter. Okay. Chances are too, you also are easily distracted. I'm talking to myself right now. This was totally me until I made the decision to not be totally distracted. You probably sit there and stare at your to-do list rather than actually getting to it. And you look at all the people that are just having so much success and are just crushing all their goals, and you admire them. You admire the people that are passionate and dedicated to their work. And you want to be there, but you're like, I just can't do it. I'll just wait to be inspired just like they are. But the thing is those people are doing the things that unsuccessful people don't want to do. It doesn't mean they want to do it. It doesn't mean they want to do it. They're just not putting it off because they see very clearly it's going to get to where they want to go. Do you think, within your business, you have to contact people? Do you think the people that, have the contacting habit are always super comfortable when they're contacting people? No, they're not. But they do it anyways. They don't just wait for this boost of inspiration. Chances are too, if you procrastinate, you also get really, really excited about a task. You're like, oh my gosh, that's going to be amazing. And then you actually don't follow through with it. I see this all the time. You see somebody doing something, you're like, damn, that looks good. I'm going to do that. That looks so easy. But your excitement quickly falls off when you actually start to do the work. And the thought of tackling it further just brings you anxiety. Okay, the only way to get out of this is to just find something else to do, and then you pick up one of your trivial things. Okay, I want you to look at what actually drives your procrastination. I used to thrive on working well under pressure. I would always say that, oh, it's so good. I work so well under pressure. When really working under pressure felt like crap. I can't even imagine what I did to my system, knowing my nervous system, like the damage that I physically did to my body when I worked well under pressure all the time, because I was constantly in this state of grind and hustle. Okay, find out what drives your procrastination. You need to understand the reasons why you are procrastinating before you can even begin to tackle it. So first, say, yep, that's me. I've been procrastinating. Now know why. Okay, now I'm going to list off some reasons why, and let's see if any of them resonate with you. Okay, so here's some reasons. You feel like there are other things that you should do first. Is that the reason you've given yourself? Maybe you lack confidence. Maybe you're unable to begin the big task until everything else is organized. Once I get all this stuff organized, then I can do it. Maybe you prefer perfectionism and fear over failure. Maybe you go to tackle it, but you're just so overwhelmed just thinking about it that you just back off. Maybe you have too much work to do all at once. Or maybe the task that you've been putting off is just incredibly boring. Okay? Those are the common reasons that I see. But either way, it needs to get done. And you will never procrastinate something that you truly desire, ever. You never will. So if you decide instead to light a fire under your desire, watch it shift. When you truly say, this is what I want, this is where I'm going, I'm just going to do it, even if it's scary, but ignoring it is just going to be like this cloud hanging over your head. Okay, procrastination is a habit. And the only way to get rid of that habit is to replace it with a good habit. Okay, so we talk about how nature abhors a vacuum. Okay, that means that every single piece of time and space is always filled. So you either say, yep, I procrastinate on all things, it's a habit, but then I'm going to replace it with this. Not procrastinating. Taking action right away. I get inspired, I take the action. It's done. Check. But if you don't replace it with something, it will get replaced. It will get replaced by something else that's not serving you. Okay? So some habits that I want you to replace it with, if you're going, okay, I'm ready to replace it. Okay? Some easy ways to do this are to first commit to important tasks. Okay? Focus your attention on the doing, not the avoiding. Okay? Write down the tasks that you need to complete. Block out the times that you need to do them, that you're going to give to it. So like I used to give myself these tasks that and I'd give myself like 5 of them in a day, that really each task was going to take me months. And I'm like, I'm going to do 5 of them in a day. And then I wonder why nothing got done. Okay. Prioritize what you're doing. Next, rephrase your internal dialogue. Replace the words need to and have to with I get to or I choose to. Okay? Saying the first 2 phrases like I need to do this, I have to do this. That in itself will put you in this chaotic vibration. Okay, but if you get to do something, you choose to do something, it implies that you want to do it. Even I was folding laundry this morning and I was like, I get to fold laundry. I get to wash the dishes. Not I have to, something on my list. And it totally changes the way you do the thing. Next, minimize distractions. And we live in a world that creates distraction city. Even on my Mac, because I have WhatsApp and text and email and all these notifications going bing, 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 bing. But did you know you also have a feature called Do Not Disturb? Game changer. When I'm sitting down to do something, Do Not Disturb is on. Okay? I don't sit near where a TV is on, because even if it's my kids' show, have you ever done that where you're like, kids put on a show, you're like, oh, I for sure won't watch that. And you're like, you can't help but watch it. It's awful. Okay? Minimize your distractions. And break everything down to its smallest piece. Okay, so if you have this big elephant that you have to eat, what's that saying? How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. One bite at a time. Break that big task into smaller bite-sized pieces. And always, always, always focus on the long game. If you are procrastinating because maybe you've broken them down into small tasks, and the small task that you have to do today is not one that you're looking forward to, think of the big picture. Okay? Because you taking on that small task today gets to lead to the next small task, which is one that you really love. But you have to decide to do this because, like I said, procrastination is a habit. You have to make the decision to overcome it. You have to create some order around what you're procrastinating. Write it out step by step, what needs to be done. And even if there's 100 steps there, just break it down. That just made me want to like MC Hammer. Break it down. Okay, break it down. Get your mind quiet. Stop trying to be perfect. If you need to partner up with somebody or hire something out, like when I had a to-do list, I always tell people, decide what your 6 things are that you want to accomplish in a day, no more than 6. Put a time frame to them. And if anything rolls over for more than 2 days, you either need to delete it, like it just doesn't need to get done. You need to defer it or you need to delegate it. Ask for help. Somebody will love that job and it brings them joy. And as you are moving through your projects, just be grateful for them. Because there is nothing better and nothing will raise your vibration more than gratitude. Even if you are doing the most mundane task. As I was folding laundry this morning, not only did I get to fold laundry, but I had so much gratitude to have access and for my family to have access to beautiful clothes that brought us joy. How easy would it have just been to just fold the laundry? It gets to be fun. And when you do this, you can turn the most mundane task into something that's rewarding and adds value to your life. You just need to adjust your attitude around it. Okay? Procrastination stops you from moving forward in life. It stops you from winning. Okay? But even a small shift in your attitude can make a huge difference in your results. Okay? So every day ask yourself, what environment do I want to create my life that I really thrive in? Okay? Procrastination cannot survive an environment like that. Our 2% club, because we do what only 2% of the humans are doing. That's what we do when we study together every single day and we set our intentions with each other. And somebody sets their intention with one person, it doesn't need to mean anything to the next person. But we have such a high vibrational frequency among the group, procrastination cannot live there. In fact, anybody who wants to says, "Oh, I want to hang out there," and then they don't and they procrastinate, they fall off. Okay? Either way, light a fire under your desire. Know where you are going. And then get yourself in the environment that supports that goal. This is crucial. And then watch the magic happen. Just watch it. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for not procrastinating, putting off, and raising your awareness around this. But now that you are aware, you can't undo the awareness. So, what are you going to do about it? Have an